Guys, I am so excited for today's stream. We are locking in, man. We are drawing, we're doing a little, taking a page out of the art school book, and we're doing a gauntlet, a 30-minute gauntlet of face poses. We've practiced deep structure, we've practiced the muscles, we've done a bunch of just for fun drawings of the head. But now it's time to really put ourselves through the gauntlet, you know? So like we did some facial structure studies, some just, you know, go with it. But now we're gonna put ourselves on the timer, on the chopping block. And yeah, I was so tired last night, guys. I was so tired. But today, we're feeling locked in. We got our coffee, we got our OJ, and a video just came out. So things are good. Things are good. I just want to make sure this stream is up and running nicely before I get into this. So let's take a look here. Are we live? Are we live? Am I live? I am live. Well, hello everybody. Here we go. I see the chat. Let's see if I can't. I don't know why I can't see the window. YouTube live control panel. Bro, chat. Ah, I see the problem. What up, everybody? You guys are legends. You guys are such legends. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, before we begin the class, I gotta tell you, I am so excited about... Let's see if I can do this. Bang-a-ring. Bing, bang, boom. Boom. Give me one sec while I try to sort all this mumbo jumbo out. I was gonna go sleep, but now I watch. Heck yeah. I'm lucky running on fumes here, but we lock in. Let's do this. Okay, I want to show you guys something because I am currently building out the next workshop launch. Yo, Viggy, what up? Let's see. I can't see what you're saying. Let's see. Hold on. Yo, that it's cut off on my end. Yo, thanks for the shout out on your latest video, protecting me from innocent kids. Are very practical. You know, you gotta let them know. You will. You're gonna yell at them when they enter. So currently in week 5 of C52. Love that. Nah, Raph's the Thoro's the man, bruh. Him and I hang out. Crazy. We live in the same city, so we hang out, and we're going to Lightbox together. If y'all don't know, I'm doing a talk at Lightbox, and if you don't get to go to it, don't worry, because it's gonna be posted on my channel, hopefully, if Mr. Bobby Chu allows it. But it's a little bit of a deviation from what I do on this channel, because let's be so for real. It's Lightbox. There's very little I can say about art education that wouldn't be better spent from a better artist. So what I'm talking about Lightbox is kind of why everybody should have a YouTube channel, should document what they're doing. Similar to Viggy in the chat, because I've learned just as much from trying to synthesize what I'm doing on my own, and it's provided in today's day and age, bro. You cannot trust these big companies. They're just trying to get you out as soon as possible. So I think there's a real actual economic benefit to learning YouTube and learning how to make valuable things. The talk's going to be called How to Make Videos People Watch, and it's basically to provide value, to be useful and to be helpful and solve a problem for people, right? I mentioned Viggy in my recent video because he solved a problem for me. I watch his videos because I try to draw from imagination, and there's not a lot of reference you can use, and his channel provides a lot of that. So yes, with that said, let me show you guys the next thing we're doing, which is, you guys might have heard about this last time, but if you don't know, How do I change the screen here? Boom. Here we go. So guys, my last workshop launched at 8 weeks, 20 students, and so far, it was fun, man. It was great. Some of the testimony videos coming out about it, but I don't know if anybody here in the chat was in the class. It was a great experience for me. I learned a lot. Students learned a lot, and then, but I realized a lot. I was like, a big problem is it's a lot of information to pack, and it kind of feels wrong to have a talk with artists for like 8 weeks and then just say goodbye. That's all the class. So this thing I'm launching next is a continuation of that class. But if I ask the question, how can I make this the most effective learning environment possible for students? So, and I'm pitching this to you guys because I want to know if this feels like something that you'd be like, wow, yes, I want to. Now, the price problem, it's definitely not free. It's expensive as shit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is super not free. It's way more expensive than my last class. But I'll explain why. The reality is that you don't just learn if you get education. We've been watching YouTube videos for 10 years and like I watched YouTube videos since I was 8. Did not change my trajectory. It's because you're not paying, like, education's great, but most people don't get the most they can from education because most people learn better from fixing their mistakes. So first you need feedback, but that's only half the issue. You also need community. You need people who show up with you so that drawing for 4 hours a day doesn't seem crazy, right? And you also need follow through. It's really great if you can build a 10-week habit, or you can show up for 8 weeks and draw with me for 8 weeks. But what happens when you're done the class? If you don't know what to do after the class, you're cooked because you just paid for an 8-week class, drew more for 2 months and have nothing. So I tried to address all these things, and I've been in everything. I've done art school, I've done online classes with goats, I've done Discord servers, I've done free tutoring, I've done paid tutoring, I've done mentorships, I've been a mentor, I've been a mentee. I've been on every side of this art thing, and I know what I liked about each one. What I liked about Discord is it had that community feel. What I liked about art school is it had that community feel. What I like about classes is you really get to work with someone you trust. You get feedback. So I'm designing a class that is not like any other class available. It does not have the same thing. So this 10-week class I'm launching, it's gone from 8 to 10 weeks because teaching you guys the entire system for thinking and drawing, and in those 8 weeks, in those 10 weeks, we cover every exercise in the book, right? That was too much for 8 weeks, so I've increased the time to 10 weeks. But I also recognized you get what you bring in. So before the class even begins, there is a week 0 where each student, all of us get together, we write our intentions, artistic intentions for how are you going to overcome obstacles like time? How are you going to design your next 2 months to bring out the most learning possible? What are you going to do if you come across these obstacles? By setting these intentions off the bat, I talk about intent all the time. If you set your intentions ahead of time, you're so much more likely to reach a higher achievement. People say you aim for the stars, you land on the moon, right? So we're doing an extra session. So it's technically 11 weeks where the first week is onboarding. The first week is getting everybody comfortable, talking, sharing their art. There's a project. It's basically an 11-week course technically because I give you guys homework before the course even begins. There's a meeting before the course even begins. So it's 11 weeks. But then solving the problem of what about after? You take an 11-week course, what then? Part of this class is you get an extra one-on-one meeting with me, not a class, a personal mentorship that you get to redeem anytime after you've taken this class so that we can work on whatever problems you arise you get after your 11-week class, let's say 2 months later, you have another problem, the most helpful thing I can do as a teacher is still be available to help. So baked into this class and the price of the class is you get a one-on-one session with me to talk about structure, talk about goals, and of course give you feedback. It's just like a mentorship, except I don't do mentorships. So this is the only avenue for getting a mentorship from me. I might do mentorships for alumni students, but the reason I don't do mentorships is because the reality is what I'm going to teach you here is what every mentorship is. And it's like you're paying the same amount, if not more, in a mentorship to learn by yourself instead of being in a community that will improve your rate of learning, because you're going to see their mistakes, you're going to get their motivation, you're going to learn from the things they learn that I don't know. And so I figured if I'm ever going to do mentorships, it will be based on the students in this, because I'm way better at helping someone. A mentorship should be you find the one person who solves the problems that free videos or classes can't. Once you've taken a class with me, I know that our mentorship will be solving deeper problems, solving problems that takes 13 weeks to get there. And so that's all a ton of yap. That I'm super excited about it though, because I need to tell my waitlist people that the class is changing, but it's just becoming a better class. Now that the price is expensive, it is literally twice the price of the last one. And it's because it is it's probably more than 2 times effective. I'm going to be building worksheets for every week, curating your feedback and personalizing it to you, and giving a little bit of organizing the sections for you every time. This is going to be pretty expensive, but only 20 students will be able to join. So if you are one of the few people who I haven't decided the price yet, but it's going to be more than 1,000. It's probably going to be around probably $2,000 for something like a total of 12 weeks, maybe 16 weeks, depending on when you redeem it. 6 hours a week of class, plus about 6 to 8 hours a week of homework. This is not for people who have never taken an art class. This is not for beginners who don't know if they want to draw. This class is for you if you want to draw for like the next 5 to 10 years. I promise this is the best all-inclusive class that will bring out the most improvement, the most drawing, and the most motivation you've had in a long time. And yeah, that's my yap. You guys will learn more about it in September. I'm super excited. And yeah, so that's the idea. Now, let's get to drawing, because y'all aren't here to hear me talk about a class. Maybe you are, but if you are, join the waitlist. It's in the description right now. Let's get to what we're doing today, which is going through the gauntlet and doing a class on faces. We're not doing a class, we're doing gesture drawing, doing a bunch of faces. Yeah. And I know the class is expensive, but I promise you it's not something I would pitch if I would not pay for it and make it absolutely worth your time. So I hope you guys have enough. It's on Zoom. It's not in person. I wish. You know, I am trying to make a living doing this, but at this point, you got the free book, you got a bunch of stuff. I have fully retired from doing one-on-ones. Yeah. So, partly because I just found I was repeating the same thing in every class, which is funny because my last mentor said that's why he stopped doing one-on-ones, and I'm like, no, and then, why can't I hear myself? Am I watching myself on YouTube? I think so. Here we go. My mic's quiet, eh? Let me turn that shit up. Okay, I turned my mic up. I think it's time to get drawing, guys. Enough yap. By the way, if you do have a inkling of wanting to join, know that the waitlist is currently at 1,500 members, and only 20 will be able to get in the class. So if you are serious about wanting to improve your art, this is the last opportunity I have this year to take a class with me. And if you take the class and it is just straight dookie and you did not learn from it, you get 100% of your money back. I'm not trying to scam you guys. I'm trying to teach well, but to do that, it isn't cheap. And I genuinely am giving you guys everything that can be free is free. My Patreon. Let's balance this out. My Patreon. Is it free yet? I'm trying to make it. It should be completely free. My Patreon. I don't know how to change that right now. Wow, 10,000 people are here. Holy. I'm trying to make my Patreon free. It should be free. Hound me if I don't do that yet. What up, Abid? Okay. Yes, it is the same waitlist as last time. If you guys have joined the waitlist already, it is the same thing. It's the same waitlist. 4 KOA from 200K. Yes, we're doing a Q&A. I actually got to do a post about that. If you guys got questions, go to my last YouTube post and yeah, let me know. Yes, so it is the same waitlist as last time. If you have already joined the waitlist, you can join it again. I don't think it affects anything, but yes, it's not a different. It's not necessarily a different idea. Like I'm still teaching you guys how to draw from imagination, but I'm teaching you guys at the more foundational level, and I'm providing much more time saved, much more structure, much more help across the board. Please release the Super Annie tour. Yes, I am doing that before Lightbox because there's no way I'm gonna see Hyunjin Kim again and not have. Y'all didn't even know. Look at this. Look at this. This is a first. I low-key feel bad about showing this because he. I never made the video. I feel like I scammed him, guys. But he didn't seem to be bothered. He's so nice. He gave me a book. He didn't need to. He gave me a book last time. I feel so bad. The video will come out. I promise. Cade, if you're watching this, he's my editor and my brother. Please. Let's get this video done. I'm so sad. Okay. Does that mean we're going to have less videos? Bro, I am not ever going to forget you guys. No, you're never going to get less videos. You're going to get more videos, bruh. You're going to get more. Have you seen the videos? Have you seen the shorts? I'm not doing it. My brother, my blood brother, my older brother is now part of the team. And he's in the room right now chopping away the next video, man. He made the last video. Obviously, I'm obviously engaged with these, but him and I have been working together for like a year. I've been teaching him edits, and now he's better than me. So hope you guys like it. Yeah. Thank you, Evan. Let me show you guys something. This is low-key crazy. Now, the thing I'm about to show you. Where'd it go? I'm about to show you guys something that does not exist for sale anywhere. I'm saying that and I can't find it. 1 second. Oh, lol. I don't know if y'all know about this. I cannot find it online. And when I went to the museum, I'm so grateful, but I feel actually so guilty. I even feel like sharing this is like, I don't know. Hey Brandon, what up? So I don't know if y'all have ever seen this book, but do you see what it says? So it's a Kim Jung Gi book that is not for sale because it was a limited edition product that they sold in his exhibition tour at the Lotte Museum in Korea. And the reason I have it is because when I went to the museum, the owner, Hyunjin Kim, gave it to me. And I keep it in a wrap because obviously it's pretty crazy, but it has some of my favorite. It shows, look at this. That's crazy. Look at that. It has some of the style of his work that hasn't really been shown in other places. Um, and the cool thing is, there's like a really deep interview about his work there. So when I do make the documentary we're making, the reason it's not come out yet is because we're trying to make it really good, trying to transcribe we have about 3 hours of video footage, and I'm such a bad filmographer, bro. The footage looks like ass. I can't lie to you, but I did read this. Now it's mostly pictures, so it's not heavy reading. But check it out. You can see some of his work. I want to make sure this video is like a love letter to Kim Jung Gi, but also we're thinking of turning it more into a love letter to the man who saw his potential years ago, Hyunjin Kim, right? Super Annie was built by Kim Jung Gi and Hyunjin Kim. And Hyunjin Kim is the one who continues to carry on his legacy and continues to build the name. And, so I know my hair grows really fast. It's weird. I want to make sure that this video lives up to the masters behind it. So we got to work hard for that because I'm streaming every day and I'm doing this class launch, and I'm doing a Lightbox talk. We're low-key busy, but I'm so excited, I'm so blessed and so honored to be in any of these opportunities. So, and that's again thanks to you guys. The fact that you guys trust me to help you is not something I take lightly at all. Not something I take lightly. And I mean, frankly, I'm scared every day that people are gonna like realize I'm a fraud or something, but apparently that hasn't happened yet. So I'm pretty happy about that. So all I can do is keep studying and keep getting better, because if I was better a year ago, if I was okay a year ago, I'm better today and I'll be better next year. I'm not 19. Now that's no. I'm not 19. Athora won't like if I tell you this, but he's like 20. So he's even, I think I'm like, hey, I might be doing well. I'm a young 20-year-old. Athoro is like younger than me and he's better than me and he'll always be, because he's so like, he draws so much. So I'm like, bro, there's levels to this, man. There's levels to this. These guys are crazy. But yeah, hey Viggy, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Wow. I'm I can't believe that, guys. Thank you so much. What the heck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thoro is 20. Yeah, don't tell him that, because um don't tell him I told you that. Um I think him being 20 is insane because it contextualizes his skill. You look at his skill and you think it's someone who's been drawing for like 25 years, and he's been drawing for like 5, except he put in the most like intensive few years in the beginning, and now his work pays off. So, man, what a life. I'm so honored and I'm so excited. If you guys come to Lightbox, let's I want to do a challenge with you guys. I want to hang out. Let's make some cool stuff. So yeah, anyway, let's get to drawing. Enough of the yap, bruh. Bam. Here we go. So if y'all want to do it with me, we're going to do probably 2 30-minute sessions, maybe 3 if we're legendary, but We're not that legendary, let's be real. Okay. So, have you seen Spider-Man Brand New Day? No, I'd like to. I'd really like to. I'm gonna get better than everyone one day, I swear. Yeah, Jaduji, I mean, you totally have the potential. You're young, you're motivated, and you're asking the right questions, man. And I promise you, man, I'm trying to bring out these perspective videos as often as I can. It's just that perspective videos are tough. I feel like it's so hard to explain perspective without being in person, because by default, I'm trying to explain something in 3 dimensions on 2 dimensions, and it's just tough. It's just tough. Okay, let's begin. Y'all ready? Rembert's course is good, guys. Awesome. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna actually put on some music. Gotta lock in. Open this door, get some airflow going. Let's do it. Let's lock in, bro. I feel good. I gotta stream in the mornings. I always stream at 8 p.m. when my body is like, dude, we gotta go to sleep, and it's pretty silly. Let's do it. Early stream, Oliver, what's good, man? Let's do it. Let's go. Boom. 30 seconds. Drawing a ton of faces. What I'm trying to do is get the skull structure indicated and put the features and proportions in the right place, and trust that if I do so over time, I will just get a little bit of a better instinct and have nicer shape design. Let's hope that theory is true. Skull structure. I need to remember this. The process here is skull structure. Okay, I'm not getting all the information I'd like. This is tough. Holy. Skull structure, orbital bone. Expression. I gotta find some shorthands. I think I gotta just do hair shape in the beginning. Okay. Face shape. Hope y'all are doing this with me. I won't feel so alone. Okay, hair shape. Eye. This is really going to help us learn some shorthands. Boom, boom. Come on, lock in. We almost got this. Huh, huh. Okay, that's Loki, the best one so far. Okay, boom. This goes right at us. Jaws open. I need to practice the mouth open. I'm building the proportions backwards here. I'm starting with the... Three, two, one. Ah, tough. At this stage, maybe I just need... Okay, I low-key feel like we gotta get like a pro in here to explain what to do in these cases. I've been planning to do a video with Mr. Michael Hampton. I wonder if we can get him on a stream to do a side-by-side demonstration. Do you guys think that's good? Show you all some levels to this. So these are 30-minute gauntlets, bruh. We're gonna be sweating. No! Spent too long on that. 5 more 1 minutes. Okay, holy. We got a bit more time on this. Well, I'm sweating. Posture check? Hey, no, not right now. In a 30-second, bro, we get to have demon neck. I don't care. Well, pause. Goblin neck. I cannot even imagine what my posture look like right now. Don't remind me, guys. My mom tells me all the time. She probably should remind me. Y'all are just looking out for me. It's just I know I look silly, man. I can't help it. Okay, I'm starting to low-key get more comfortable. Low-key getting comfortable. What does this exercise help you with? What are you gobbling with that neck? Shoot, I didn't mean to set that up. This exercise is just like learning the head. If you learn the head at different intervals, you'll get better at drawing it at whatever time crunch you're at. The reason this is necessary is because you gotta train skills that are gonna be contextual to the problem you're having. If you're in the industry, like the animation industry, bro, they're not giving you more than like 5 minutes to draw one head. Like, what are you talking about? You gotta lock in. There's a lot of work to be done. You draw 300 frames a day. If you don't know how to draw a head in like sub 30 seconds, they're gonna find someone who will. So this practice comes from my art school, where you go through different time spans of the same subject matter to learn how to simplify, see broadly, and then build depth. So one axis is detail, right? Form and detail, and the other is shape and simplification. It's like this is high time. Up here, you have these high detailed forms. Sorry, simplification must be here. Details here. Time is over here. Wrong axis. But I think you get the point. Like, actually, like this. Something like this is time. So the less time you have, the more you stay in the shape simplification stage. The more time you have, the more detailed you do. I don't think I know how to do graphs, guys. I think I didn't. I think I cooked that one up low-key. Okay, we have a 5-minute now. Now we have time to work. Now we got time to slice out the skull, find our constructed forms. Here's the jaw, the cheekbone. You can see it. Wrapping back. And you can see the jaw here and mouth is like this. The eyelids that we practiced last time. Well, let's not get into detail. Don't do this, guys. Don't render out one spot before you've got the rest, because you just set yourself up for some hard justification down the road. Instead, stay in the block stage. I'm telling you guys my mistakes. Shit, I'm no better than you guys, but this is what I kept getting. I was, just for full disclosure, I suck at this. Y'all gotta know who you're learning from here, because in uni, I was very weak with life drawing, and I still am. That's why I'm practicing it first thing in my study sessions. Um, it takes a lot more simplification, and I'm not the best at seeing simply. It's a more traditional art skill. Figure drawing is one of the most traditional art skills you can have. And so my tendency is to zoom in. I like direct drawing is the opposite. Drawing from imagination is just work where you know how. This requires a different process. So bear with me as I try to fix up my work. If any of my classmates from Sheridan are here, they can attest to the fact that I low-key did not cook in that class. But you know, everybody's got different art skills. And we should try to work on our weaknesses. So hope y'all don't judge too harshly. I also know it's not shit. It's just not my strength. Okay, 20 seconds. Let's make sure we get the eyes in now. Try to really get that look of surprise. The eyebrows in here. 13 seconds. Okay. That shape in it here. Cheating a little bit, but I should have still added rendering, given the time limits. Don't add all the teeth. Okay, that's alright. 5 minutes for what first one? What can you do? When's your next mentorship program? Hey, Gabriel. Are we recording this from clown school? Yo, y'all gotta see. Let's give some context. Hold on. Oh, there's a giant cement truck filling, just filling stuff on the street. I guess no more air for me. Okay, this person looks. These two look like they found out something very bad for my reputation, and they want to use it against me. She's like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "No way." Gabriel, if you go to the beginning of this live stream, I talked about my upcoming class for like 10 minutes, so I'm not gonna bore anybody else with it. If you do want to join the class, just click the link in the description, and the waitlist option will be there. It will be expensive. It's going to be like 2K, but it's going to be a class structure that you can't find anywhere else online. And if you're able to draw for 12 hours a week, show up to class for about 6 a week, and you want to build skills that you'll use for the rest of your drawing career, let's say the next 5 to 10 years, I can confidently say this is the best class you can find online. The first time I launched the class, it was at a discount, and I had a theory about how to teach a good class, and the results I had can give me the confidence now to say, yeah, it'll be a good class. And if you do join the class and you don't find the improvement you're looking for, then you get your money back, because I'm not trying to take anybody's cash if not earned. So I know the price can be crazy, but it's specifically, I mean, it's not for people who like have never taken an art class. It's not for people who are taking their first art class. It's for people who want the most like supportive intensive and structured art class you can find online. I'm going to be doing stuff that no other class does. The only classes I know of that give feedback only do recorded feedback. My feedback sessions are recorded and in person, and there's no time limit. And you can ask for help with anything you want help with. It's not just a matter of, well, you didn't do the homework, so you don't get help. The class is increasing in length as well. And I'm making sure that if you join my class, you will find an extra hour a week to draw, because I'm going to be curating and making homework sheets and curating Pinterest boards so that any homework I give you, you don't have to spend time looking. In the last class I did, the teacher wanted us to use a lot of reference, and you had to look for your own reference. And there's a benefit to that, but the reality is, if you want to draw more, search less. And so everything I'm doing with this class is just, if someone said, I'll pay you to make the best environment possible for me to learn, that's what I'm making. So that's why it's not cheap. Because I'll be preparing. I had to push it back by 2 weeks because I have to prepare a bunch of materials. And now it's not just me. My brother is working on it with me. Actually, 2 other people are working on it. Like, I have 3 people who are working on it. And so, yeah, it's much bigger, much better, but much more expensive. And yeah, I never want, like, I understand some people, like, I live in an expensive city. The dollar scales differently here. So I'm not trying to sell this to people who like me and wish they could like take a class, and so they're gonna. Don't take it if it is heavy on your wallet. I have free lessons that cover. I don't teach you anything that I haven't told you guys. I'm not hiding information from you. The reality is, what matters more is structure, and I'm dedicating about 16 hours a week to a class, and that is like, as are my team members. So it's going to be basically just an intensive 13-week experience, and I think it's going to be something like $2,000, $2K. The last one was $1,000, but it was shorter, and there was less evidence that it would work, so people were getting it at a discounted price. So, okay, here we go. Every dollar is worth 5. Yeah, thanks for saying it sounds really worth it. That's what I'm trying to make it a no-brainer. That's why there is also a money-back guarantee. Like, now it's not. I'm not trying to get scammed, guys. I'm not giving an easy money-back guarantee. I'm not just going like, oh, if you made an impulse buy and you decided you don't want it anymore, that's low-key too bad. Don't do a hasty buy. The money-back guarantee is, if you genuinely show up to class and you do not all the homework, just 80%. If you do a reasonable amount of work and you genuinely don't see improvement and it's just not working for you, then have your money back, bro. I'm not trying to, like, I'm actually not, I'm not trying to scam you, and I would not, now it would be silly if you read about the class and watch my videos and then join and then somehow find out that my style doesn't fit you. But in that case, it's more of a guarantee. Like, I promise you will feel that this class is worth it once you've taken it. And if not, you just, yeah, have your money back. It's a learning experience for me too. Like, I am young. I want to make sure that everything I'm building is sustainable, helpful. And so if people say, hey, you did this class and I tried to learn from it, I did not. Bro, thank you for the feedback. You know? Now, this was an offer for the last class, by the way. Last class that I did, students had the option to get a complete refund if they didn't like it, and they just showed up to class. Not a single student got it. So I'm confident that this is something that, I mean, yeah, I've taken every class, like every class online. I'm a student of the game, man. I know what the art education system is missing. I've been in it, and I know I can add to it in a effective way. I'm super excited about it. I can yap about it all day. I'm I'm so excited about it. It's been so fun seeing students actually that I can help. Because it's one thing to make YouTube videos and hear that people are improving, but every week I show up and I see artists getting better and drawing more and seeing the improvement that they've been struggling to see for years. It is something else, man. And so I'm trying to do that more. I really want to do more classes. It's very energizing. I thought it would be very scary, but it's just scary pitching a class. I think artists in general are uncomfortable selling. For me, that's for sure. And I grew up, actually, I did not grow up selling. I grew up like growing up in Hong Kong and Asia. It's like, bro, shut up. But I worked retail for like 2 years, and I understand that the fear of selling is very common with artists. It almost feels like anytime we ask for money, we're scamming people. But at the same time, it's like, bro, no one wants companies to keep making AI art. What do you think you got to do? You got to support small artists, support small businesses, right? That doesn't mean just donate money to them. That means when they make something, give it a chance. This is a 10-minute. I thought it was a 5-minute. That means we got quite a bit more time to build this. Anyway, if you do want to join the waitlist for anybody, do so now, because the waitlist it's so big now that I have a like waitlist of the waitlist. The people who are on the waitlist the longest, I let them know sooner, because it's a little unfair for them to have joined in the beginning and not get that access. So it goes in slightly in order of waitlist entrance, blah, blah, blah. And I'm taking 20 students. Now I'd like to do 2 cohorts if that happens, but I'm only going to do so if the first one sells out, which should sell. But again, it's a higher price than the last one, so I don't know. But the point is you're not going to hear it on YouTube. I'm only talking about it once on YouTube, and then it'll be in the emails. And the waitlist is currently at about 1,500 people. So even if you're on the waitlist, the likelihood of you getting in is quite low, but the likelihood of you getting in when you're not on the waitlist is literally 0. So, and then anytime when I do launch these classes, if you miss this class, you can pre-save your seat for the next one. And so if like I'll be doing more next year, early next year, there will be a launch, and you can sort of reserve your seat for that one after this one sells out. So a couple of admin stuff, but if you're interested, that's where they're all at. Look how I can talk in these longer ones. These are easier to less high cortisol, these ones. Wow. Okay, I'm low-key liking this. 2 minutes still? Yo, 10 minutes? When you start with the 30 seconds, 10 minutes is like, holy, what a time. So much time, bruh. And I don't know about y'all, but I think my faces did get better, because I don't think I used to be able to draw with even just this symmetry. Just having the faces be this, this is kind of reminding me of Chris Samney's Daredevil comic. Big fan of it. My first comic book series that I sort of fell in love with. Second one is Saga. If y'all ain't read Saga, you're missing out. It's much easier to find the planes of the head too, like these. And right here might be a plane worth indicating. Add some more dimension. Right here, show that the cheek has some depth right here. Oh, low-key we're cooking. We maybe are high-key cooking. We'll see by the end of minute 2 if it becomes a high-key cooking situation. Currently we're in the low to mid-key. With potential to rise. Also, high potential to overcook. Just, that's the very nature of pretty much anything I touch. It sometimes gets overcooked. And the thing is, I really should be building up more than just the head. So let's see if I can't do so efficiently with the last minute. And it's just, it doesn't need to be serious. It just needs to be a little bit like... Authoro would have put these checkers in and made them look super nice. I'm just going to put them in. Super nice is above my pay grade. In terms of what you can expect to learn in the classes, this class is for any skill level. I'm not looking for a skill level to help with. I'm looking for a student to help. I'm looking for a dedicated student. If you bring 12 hours a week, I will bring that same energy, right? So I'm only looking, that's another reason why it's like expensive, is because I'm not trying to make this for every student under the sun. I want this to be for the most dedicated students who are looking for the most dedicated class. Because an average class is not going to give you the level of like support and the level of engagement that mine will. So yeah, let's see what y'all have been saying. That's the first. Hey, Welly, I was just talking about the this drawing workshop that's coming up soon. Waitlist in the description if you're considering it. You'll see my my playlist. Check out Illusions. That's just gas. Okay, that's not bad for a 10-minute. Let's see what we did. First 30 minutes, we can see the progression. 30 seconds. You know, it's all right. 1 minute. Okay. 5 minute. Okay, we're seeing some more form. 10 minute, we have the time to light. I like it. Hold on, let me catch up on some chats and then we'll go for a second round. Big Tiero, what up? People joining your class are so lucky. What? Roger, thank you so much. Guys, y'all don't know this. Well, you probably know it if you're in the know, but Roger is a goat. Roger's amazing at drawing, and I don't know if Roger has classes yet, but if he does, I will let y'all know about it because super inspiring. Taught me a lot. That method I do with now wiping my ink from him. So thank you. Is there an age limit for your mentorship? It's not 101. I don't do mentorship programs anymore, Gabriel. I do zero mentorship at all. The only people who... I have 2 students. Well, more like 5, but some students... I don't like mentorships one-on-ones because the qualification process I found is hit or miss, and every student seems to want a different thing, and that's good, but sometimes I have follow-through issues where students join, and because my mentorships are you sign up and you do a class when you feel you want to work with me again, a high number of students just forget they have sessions. You'll be surprised how many students just pay for the class and then don't follow up, and I get put in a weird position where I feel like I'm just taking people's money, and I don't like that. I want to work for it. In a class, it's like 11 weeks, I show up, you show up. I'm here, and I decide the schedule so that we can actually like make some real change. I find mentorships, unless they are specifically, unless I do a high like qualification process, I don't like it. but the class is basically taking the best from the mentorship, best from art school, in my opinion, which is the community, and saves you a bunch of time. So yeah, Gabriel, Perfecto says, how much will it cost? It'll be $2,000. I guess I'll be $2,000 now. I was wondering about the price, but hearing the construction sounds Canadian. Yes, I am in Canada. It is super Canadian. Have you taken Modern Day James's course? I have never actually taken a Modern Day James course. But I mean, that guy, I love James, so absolutely recommend it. Do you recommend the gesture route or the mannequin route? It's not an either or, it's a both. You gotta. I did, by the way, for context, I don't know, I don't think I've given everybody my like full context. Like, let's give the context. Guys, I did gestures for years. Let's pull it up. Let's do it. We're taking a little break. I'll be right back. I just moved, so I have all my stuff with me again. So let me show you guys some history. I'll be right back. Nice. Amazing. Where are oh. This is it, guys. This is a lot of sketchbooks from eons ago. And so let's do a quick little like sketchbook touring it up situation. And I'll move all this stuff. Let's do overhead cam. Hello. So let's begin with some context because I want to explain why you shouldn't skip gesture, but also why I haven't talked about it. Like, I've only been on YouTube for officially 2 years now. And I never really made a like my context video because it doesn't really matter. Like, y'all aren't here to hear my story, y'all are here to learn. So, but because it's important at some point to understand the context behind who you're learning from, this is my art in high school. This is now 5 years ago. When I made this, I had yet to be rejected from art school for the first time. My art teacher wrote some nice stuff. This is my art. And I gotta make sure there's nothing bad here, but this is my art. Chad? Me? Like, it's pretty dookie, I can't lie. And I thought I was really good, right? At this time, I was in that Dunning-Kruger plateau. I thought, man, ain't nobody like me. And as a result, I just got cooked. I'm not still in Toronto. I'm in Montreal. So, at this, yeah, this is grade 12. I had just graduated, so you guys can see. This is my graduation exhibition show. That's Tyrion. My teacher, Miss Passinen. Let me actually show y'all some more stuff. Let's bring back the archives. I'll be right back again. And this time, I'm gonna show you something cool. This is my high school art exhibition. Ow. Yo, where's my art? Where's my art? Alright, let's see. Whoa! What is this? It's just super rolled up. No way. Yo, this is older than... What? Yo, what? This is like grade 7. What the heck? I have not seen this in actual years. I forgot this existed. Holy crap, this is grade 7. It's a like introduction to me. What? The Tyrion files for real. Hold on, wait, I don't know if I want to be associated with files. What the hell? So this is a Meet the Artist, my oldest Meet the Artist. I don't like super slow internet, spoiled kids, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, or asparagus, or electric shocks. I love. Pause. Wait. What are we? Wait. No. It's Clash of Clans. I love Clash of Clans. Domino's Pizza, dude. What a child. Like I like pizza and Clash of Clans, and what the color orange, and my friends. Yo, what a throwback. That's crazy, bro. Of course, OG. That's actually crazy. I have not seen them. When are we gonna see your animations from uni? Yo, we could pull up all the archives right now. Let's see what animations I can find, because I could totally share them if I can find them. Let me just search my emails here. See what I can find. Animation. So the issue is going to be that it's all on my old like school hard drives, and that shit got wiped. I can try to find. I don't want to get. Okay, yeah, my face cam. I swear one day I'm going to accidentally like. I'm always afraid of leaking my information. I've recorded and gone live by accident before. Okay, apparently I need my phone to log in. Okay, I'm making a whole lot of mess, but okay, man, today a good day. I'm glad you guys are asking. I'm so glad I get to show some history, bruh. Y'all gotta. We're opening the Tyrion files today for real. Let's see here. And I'm gonna answer some questions as we continue. I'm just trying to log in first so I can pull up some. Let's see what I can find. Animation. Let's see what I can find. Oh, I can go to the Google Drive and maybe, I'm hoping. Let's see. Animation. Come on, buddy. Come up green, my friend. Sign into Chrome. Okay. What is this about? What is this? Dude, why are you opening all these tabs? Just give me teleparty. Yo, VPN. I'm pretty sure I just got a bug, my guys. I'm pretty sure I just got a bug. Okay, we're in the right tab. Monkey film. That sounds promising. Aw. Okay, here's what I can do. I can close this stuff. And I can... Okay, let me answer some questions while I do this. Let's see. COC. Is that a green screen? This? This is my wall, bruh. Since you want to animation school, do you have any thoughts on Gobelins or any friends that went? Is it good? Gobelins? Gobelins is literally the best animation school in the world. The hardest one to get into in the world, pound for pound, as in skill-wise. If you can get into Gobelins, people who got into my school, some of the best artists who got into my school came because they could not get into Gobelins. Gobelins is like, and if you're real fancy, you say Gobelin, because it's French. But no, Gobelins is like you will not believe the level of quality they bring. It is the industry peak. It's great. It's obvious. It's amazing. Would you ever make a video on watercolor? Probably not, to be real with you. Broken draw. Let's see. I'm just going to search up animation here. I have some animation, but... Okay, I'll show you the animations. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, let's see. Monitor. Here we go, guys. What is this? Test. Okay, good. This is a blue screen. I made these animations in grade 9. So this is a when I was 15, about 8 years ago at this point, I did a little walk cycle of a man on his phone. Walking on his phone. Why'd I do that? Well, because as you'll come to see, let's see, the next follow-up to that is, okay, beware, content warning, someone gets hit by a car here and it's brutal. This is a film I made in grade 10, and all of this got deleted. I spent hundreds of hours on this. It all got deleted. Pew, 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 pew. Walking, walking, walking. Bam! Bro got. Content warning. He got cooked. So I made that. I made that in grade 9. Oh no, it's so sad. It cuts to like a house. I don't know why it cuts to a house. Yo, careful. My bad. And it cuts to a house with a kid playing. What was I doing? This is dark. Yo, what is this horror movie I made? Nah, this is bizarre. Actually, I'm scared. I forgot about that second scene. It's called Traffic Light. Bro got slimed for real. This was my animation I made for school. Actually, this wasn't mine. Or I made this the first year I applied. This is the one that got rejected. They did not like that. I can show you guys my animation portfolio, but you guys it's online already. Let's see other animations I made. So this was part of what we had to do for school. Oh, this is the application process. Whoa, this is a Procreate file actually. So I just did a lot. Animation looks like this. This is why I don't want to do it. Look at this. This is sped up by about 10 times. I'm gonna let you guys just feel how slow that is. And question, these streams are saved on your channel, right? Only the ones that I want to save. I love watching your live streams. You always make me laugh and make me feel better. Ah, thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate that. Hopefully this live stream doesn't turn into Elon Musk Bitcoin ad. If we don't get viruses, it might not. What's up, Tyrion? What is up, Akeem? Thanks, Gabriel. How did you get rejected from art school? Because the art school I went to was a really good art school. It was the best art school in Canada. It was the best art school in the world a few years ago. And it's only the best art school because what they do is they have the highest entry requirements. So by nature of them only selecting the most talented students, they are really good at creating talented graduates because the people who get in are already really, really good. Now, they also have world-class teachers who have taught at who've worked in the industry and who are industry professionals, blah, blah, blah. But predominantly, it's the reason I got rejected many times is because I didn't have strong drawing skills. That's just as simple as that. My drawing skills were quite weak, and taking animation helped me realize, you gotta lock in on the study for real. You gotta learn forms. So I believe I have a Sheridan backup. I can show you guys some more schoolwork. Let's see. Sheridan. It's just not on this computer, is it? I don't believe it is. I wish I had that monkey walk. One of my favorite things I ever made, I'll show you guys on this. I've shown some people already, but one of my favorites for sure is this little video I made. I really like it. I really, really like it. I'll show you some, I have a few, but it'll have to be done through my phone here. So overhead cam activate. Here we go, bro. This is like how I watch TV with my nephews at the Thanksgiving dinner. So I made this in grade 9. It's pretty good, low key. Like that's actually cooking. I didn't realize how. It's hard. You don't really know the quality you're working at until like years later, where you get to see it objectively. I like watching when I'm animating. Thank you for the stream. Now, only because you're Japanese am I going to assume you're like cracked at animating. I don't know if that's fair, but it's like when I see a Korean in like Counter-Strike or a Chinese name, I'm like, yeah, we're going to get cooked. Hey man, I just found your channel a couple days ago and I'm loving it. One of the best art channels for sure. Let's go. Welly, are you going to eventually learn animation when you feel your drawing skills? Welly, well, I kind of know animation, just not like really, really well. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure, like I was one of the stronger art students. Class. There was different classes, right? In school, there was animation, there was character design, there was layouts, storyboarding, and figure drawing. I suck at figure drawing. I suck at 3D. I suck at layout. I suck at character design. Animation, I've always been pretty good. So I had like I'll show you the work. I mean, it's granted it's first year. I did first year animation, which is ultimately any first year class is relatively easy. Um, Also, if any of you guys can help me find this TikTok, I made this TikTok channel before I made my YouTube, and it was for my like clothing brand. Look at that! Look at that dude! Whoa! If y'all want to find that, one day we're gonna bring it back. I somewhere on TikTok there's a sketchbook tour thing, and like these got like a few thousand, maybe like 10,000, 20,000 views. What is it? Tiram Holt. Okay, yeah, if y'all can find that, that would be nice. Um, sure, sorry, what I meant was, will you eventually want to work in animation? No, I don't think so. I don't love animating just because you saw how time consuming it can be. Let me go here. I don't want to show you guys my. Actually, let me show you my face. Boom. Look at my face as I doom scroll my phone. But no, I don't. I feel really blessed that this is what I get to do. I get to well, struggle to know how to speak when I'm looking at my phone. But I get to do classes. I want to help. I really like helping people and um, trying to solve, my problems or your problems. I don't necessarily care to make. I'm also not very collaborative. I'm not a very great team collaborator. I find I like to do things myself, or I like other people to do them. I don't like to do them with another person. So that makes it harder for me to want to work on a team where, yeah, I don't know. I just prefer to do things myself. I like leading my own projects. I think it's just a temperament thing, and yeah. So this is the little. This is probably one of my favorite things I made in school. It's just a simple walk cycle, but I love the monkey. Only 8 frames, but I think it's got some good motion to it. This dude's happy. La 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 la. I put it in a scene and stuff, but I lost that file, so I don't know where that is. Let's see what else we got. Loki animation school doesn't make you animate that much. You'd be surprised. Like we did. Oh yeah, I did this. Like this is all first year. It's like very basic animation stuff. You're practicing S and C curves, squash and stretch, not too high level scene making. You really only make one film per year at Sheridan at the very least. In other schools like Seneca, another school in Ontario, will get you making like a film every semester. So you're making like 3 sometimes in a whole year. But oh my god, this is one of my classmates. Unbelievable. This guy is so good. Look at this is his layout. Oh my goodness. Now his name's Owen, and he's amazing. I hope he's not upset that I shared his art. He's awesome. It's not my art. Not my art. All right, let's see. We got to get back to drawing. Y'all are just watching me doom scroll on my phone, but let me see if I can find another. One of my other. I really like this one as well. This is a bear reacting to Wait, is this? Let me play this out fully. Yeah, this is a bear reacting to a bee or a fly like bump into him. He's like, ah. Hodari, what up? Yeah. Let's see some. And I think that's like. That was. Oh, this might have been the last project I did in art school before dropping out. Very simple candle. It's fun to play with movement and see. Yeah, we're just taking a look at my animations from school. It's all on my phone though. You see, these are all like minor exercises in light and in changing like tempo and moving stuff around. Not deep projects. And then after that, it was just working on videos for my phone. In school, they made you do like whole écorchés. So this was looking at a real person and then having to draw this over them. And so you had to memorize the entire musculature of the human body. And then right around here starts to be when the footage becomes my YouTube video footage. And then I moved. I moved to Macau, and then that's that. So that's basically all the animation I did. There's a few other scenes that I never exported, but that's it. Lymph says, I feel like schools should look at how you practice your art more. That's exactly why I am like. That's why I even feel justified in having a class, is because I've taken like. School cost 20 grand, man. Like we paid $20,000 for a class. And I'm saying, dude, give me a tenth of that, and I promise you I will give you I can't give you the equivalent. You're not going to get the like professional industry standard, but if you're looking to become a better artist for yourself and build skills that will help you regardless of what you do, I'm sure I can help you with that. If you are within your first 2 years of drawing, I'm sure I can help you make up like a lot of time in your future, because I spent 10 years doing drawing wrong. Like at 18 years old, I was doing this. And so going back to the original point, look at that. We're doing gestures. Tell me when you see mannequins here, you won't. You'll only see gesture drawing, because I thought that that's what I had to do without understanding how you're supposed to build your sort of knowledge base. To see how I'm not drawing the construction at all? Where's the overlap? Where's the construction? Where's the contour? Nada. None. Zilch. Just shading. Like I'm just doing a little bit of everything, but I am not thinking. I'm not building my thinking as to how to draw. I'm just drawing. And I would say, hey, you're welcome to do that if you want. But I wasn't happy here. I was so upset that I was not getting better and I didn't know why. And there's a clear reason I didn't get better. I did not get better because I did not practice proportion and I did not practice construction. These are fundamentals of the fundamentals. When we talk about why dynamic sketching is helpful, why do people all of a sudden get so much better after learning dynamic sketching? Because Peter Hahn makes it clear on lesson 2 that what matters is the flat proportion and your ability to measure stuff and your ability to construct at its simplest. When you think two-dimensional shapes, the simplest two-dimensional shape is 2 lines. And proportion is about measuring the difference between line 1 and line 2, right? That is the simplest you can get with shape. Why does shape matter? Because we're drawing on a 2-dimensional plane. So you need to practice 2D. The simplest thing that exists in 2D is the relationship between 2 lines. Why do we then practice, or how do we practice? With silhouette studies, because that is a combination of multiple lines put together and it helps you isolate proportion. Now we understand why proportion matters. It will help you. If you don't know why, read Betty Edwards' Thinking on the Right Side of the Brain. This is super traditional drawing. This is why people do like bang, bang, do all that stuff. Now, we are drawing on a 2D plane, so we learn 2D methods of measurement, but everything we represent is 3-dimensional, right? Everything we're ever going to do Everything we're ever going to draw has 3 dimensions. So you ought to learn how to convey 3 dimensions with your basic forms. And you see how we arrive at Peter Hahn's dynamic Bible, dynamic sketching philosophy. The combination of flat shapes to learn a subject matter, and then extrusion to understand it in space, and then contour and organic volume to turn this structure into something a bit more believable and organic. And when you do that, you build from the ground up to learn how to draw, not just from imagination, not just for entertainment, how to draw anything. The skill set that we just described here will help you if you're an absolute beginner. It will be absolutely necessary if you want to get to art school, and you should have learned it 5 years ago if you want to be a professional. No matter what, if you want to draw freely, you need this skill set. If you want to work in concept art, architecture, animation, free drawing, direct drawing, anything is this. This is drawing. And it's not art. It is literally what we call viscom. Visual communication. That's all this is. So that's the whole philosophy behind everything. If you want to learn it with me, okay, wait, my class is no longer. Well, if you want to learn it with me, what the heck? If you want to learn it with me, waitlist below, and yeah, you join the waitlist, and you're gonna do it with me. Yo, what did you all see the new Kazone art video? Carl Kapinski is back. I saw it on my feed, but then I live streamed, so I didn't get to watch it. Tyrion, where do you suggest to learn animation, like someone's YouTube, and what program is good to start? Dude, the best YouTube channel, hands down, is BAM Animation, bro. BAM Animation every single day. These guys are like legit movie production quality lessons. And these guys have worked, these are actively people who work in the industry. They work in freaking Rick and Morty. I don't think they worked on Final Space, but something like that. Look at this. The quality of this channel. I learned, this is how I even ever got a chance to go to art school. BAM Animation, man. Check it out if you have not. It is the holy grail of animation YouTube. They teach you how to do character turnarounds, draw cars. This perspective video, amazing. Could not recommend them highly enough. If you want to see what I have for YouTube videos on animation, just go to my Sheridan animation. Go to my first YouTube video ever, and it will teach you how to do animation. What will one learn? How much will one benefit from one class if one already has understood basic perspective and forms? You'll still learn a ton from my class if you learn basic perspective and forms, because I learned basic perspective and forms 5 years ago, and it doesn't, you will learn more from it if you already understand basic forms. I do not want people in my class who have never learned basic forms. That's almost a prerequisite. If you're in my class, it's because you've practiced from the book. So do not join this class if you have not actively studied from this. Because think about it. You're getting my feedback. Wouldn't you rather get my feedback when you have exhausted all your ability to actually learn on your own? Only come to me if you have done this stuff. Don't buy my class if you have not actually read my book. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't take Peter Hahn's class without first watching his free content or learning from his book. You will learn much more from it if you, in Perfecto's case, have already understood basic forms and perspective. Because once you understand it basically, I can help you unlock the next level of doing it freely. Anyway, next sketchbook. This is, I got this at a farmer's market in Ontario. Interesting. It's like a leather, like actual leather. And it was printed, engraved on. Really cool paper. I have not used it except for this cow drawing at the Royal Winter Fair. This is the, it's like a farming convention, but tons of animals there. So The paper is like this. Peter Hahn would like this. I swear to God, it's like very. You see how textured the paper is, the grain. It's a very interesting book. I want to use it more, but it's such a nice paper that I feel reluctant drawing in it. Paper is your friend. I don't know what all that's about. That's actually a drawing of Peter Hahn, lol. No. And now, let's see what this sketchbook. Oh, I thought this was when I was 18. It's not. This is when I started playing with markers. Some museum sketches, some more gestures. I was already in art school at this point. You can see how my gestures got better. Yo, that's funny. I've been to that fair. No way. If you guys live in Toronto, go to the Royal Ontario Museum. Get yourself a pass. There are models to study from. There are so many things. They have like an entire section of taxidermy animals. One of the best things you can do if you want to expand your visual library. And it's like $80 a year, man. It's money well spent. You get to go outside. ROM is so worth it. That's a fact. Dude, I'm sweating balls here. Excuse my language. How do you learn to not feel insecure when you see your peers are so much more advanced in your art skills? Um, Recognize that if you actually cared about improving, you would silence the irrational part of your brain that thinks at any level how they're doing will affect you. Their skill has nothing to do with your skill because they are a fundamentally different person. Yeah, sure, you want their art skill? Why don't you take the 3 years that they did nothing but sit at home drawing, wishing they had a friend group to go out with? You had a friend group younger. You drew less because you had a better life back then. That's one option. Or, like, there's always, if you're going to compare yourself to them, take their life, all in all. Because, like, you want Kim Jung Gi's life? Okay, you can draw as good as him, but you do not get to do anything else. And the second you put yourself in that all or nothing scenario, you recognize there's 0 point comparing yourself to anybody. You are you. You can compare yourself to you yesterday and say, that guy drew more than me. Why aren't I drawing more? But there's nothing you can do about the guy who's 17 and amazing at art. And there's nothing that guy can do about the fact that you're 22 and you have a girlfriend. Or, I'm sure everyone wishes they had something. If you compare on one metric, there will always be someone who has something more than you. So it's almost like you're allowing insecurity. You can just say, like, get it out there, but you're allowing the irrational part of your brain to control how you feel. The logic is it's not helping you. If you really cared about being better at art, you would recognize that comparing yourself to anybody else is actually a waste of time and ruining your progress more than it's helping. So if you really look at I'm sweating, bro. I'm locked into this. I just recognized, here's another practical thing that can help. If you embrace the fact that you will draw for the rest of your life, it stops being so important when you get good because it's your whole life. You will be good eventually. Just keep drawing. And if you've drawn long enough, you've gone through the cycle of going, I want to get this good. Once I can do this, then I'm happy. And then you get there and you go, huh, I still feel like it's not enough, right? I spent years wanting to get into art school. I got into it, and within a year, I didn't just stop being excited about it. I wanted to leave it. Your goals and your sort of milestones just shift, they move. All you can focus on is right now, are you drawing? Yesterday, did you draw? Can you improve yourself from yesterday? Don't worry about all the future stuff. The future's it's not real. What you think about that artist is not real. They have their whole lives. You're just seeing it through one dimension. Shout out to Athoro. Silhouette accuracy and construction are both very important. Absolutely. All these things I was using as examples. I don't know the 22-year-old who has a girlfriend. Certainly not me. I feel like I've always been fighting with my hand to get the line I want, even with months of practice and consistent drawing. I mean, hey, I feel you. Remember, this is after I'd been drawing for 9 years up until this point, right? I drew when I was 8, right? You guys can see I clearly liked drawing when I was. This was me at 11 or 12, and I liked drawing, right? You guys, I have a comic book. Like I drew a lot when I was younger, and this is me at 18 years old. But does it look like look at my handwriting? Does it look like my hand does what my mind wants it to? Absolutely not. Um, absolutely not. Right? Look at this line quality. Anybody who draws like this today, I'd be like, yo, this is cooked. But yeah, it's just a trained skill. Everything that I would take it one skill at a time. And hey, look who discovered the basic forms. Here we go. Yo! He realized you gotta start drawing forms, my guy. Shh. Yeah, really ugly line work. Bro, it's so loud outside. Yeah, I mean, this is me finally starting my portfolio for school, getting absolutely rejected. Hard rejected. But what can you do, eh? Anyway, I think we lock in for one more session of the figure drawing. I got ArtWad Premium. It's been helpful. Thank you for mentioning it to me. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great program. You have a book. Okay, so I'm so surprised that literally only 20% of people subscribed to me even know about the book. That is mind-boggling to me. I have 200,000 subs almost and about 40,000 downloads on the book. That is crazy. I don't know how. Like, yes, I have a book for any. I need to talk about this book more apparently because if y'all don't know, there's an absolutely completely free book on every single exercise, and I assume everyone's watching it has seen the video. But if you want more in-depth homework sheets and exercises and examples, get the book, bro. Get the book. This is just tons of free stuff. Literally, just you got to put your email down. And I wish I didn't have to do that, but it's the only way for me to track how many downloads the book gets. And just FYI, guys, this book is free, and it costs me $500 a month to give you guys the book. How does that make sense? I don't know. I'm actively losing $6,000 a year letting you guys have this book. It makes zero sense, but it's because my wait list has built to like 25,000. My email list has built to 25,000 people, and now I have to pay for like it used to be like 5,000 people and it was free, but then when it hits 10,000, you pay per person. And now I get hit with a huge ass bill every month. It's crazy. So another reason why the class gets more expensive is like there's more overhead, there's more costs to cover. It's not just I'm not just pocketing that cash. Who's calling me, Brett? I know, it's actually crazy. It is crazy. What's up? Give me one sec. AK, you're looking for a cash? I'm not a cash, I'm sorry. I'm I'm not even a her. I'm not a Kesh. I didn't do anything with her. I'm not a Kesh. I didn't do anything with her. I'm a different person. Bye. Someone said hi. I'm looking for a Kesh, and I'm like, how do you a Kesh? How do you spell that? And they're like Akesh. I'm like a Kesh. You're looking for a Kesh? I'm like yes. I'm not a Kesh. And they're like, this is her number. No, it's not her number. I'm not a Kesh. What did you do with Akesh? I'm like, I didn't do anything with Akesh. I'm not Akesh. I just went, this is the number I got. And then he reluctantly went, okay, bye. Okay. Oh, my bad. Did I not censor the number? My bad. Oh, is that my number? Am I getting doxxed? Did I not censor my own number? Please don't call me. I think that, oh my God. What did you do? He actually asked me, what did you do to her? I didn't do anything. This book, the book was genuinely great, but I personally felt there was not enough instruction to be able to do all the exercise. I'd love to hear more about what section specifically, because I'm always trying to. There was extra pages. Just FYI, there was like 15 extra pages, but there's a deadline. I promised to get it out. Blah blah blah. So what, Welly, if you don't mind elaborating, what sections? My bad. Yeah, what would you guys like more of the book to include? Because I'm totally open to adding more pages. It's a free book, so yeah, please let me know. What section do you guys feel like I really glossed over? I know what sections I glossed over. There was a time crunch, and I hate I do hate the end of the book. I can't lie to you guys. I feel like it's really good until the end, because the issue with the end is that they get so much more complex, and so like deconstruction, dude, everything is deconstruction. I would love to teach more about this, but I can't. You're now my emergency contact, lol. um Genuinely, please don't dox me. I've had to change my number like 4 times. I don't want to do that again. What section, please? You are, oh, Welly, I asked you for for this. You hear me, bruh. What would you like more from the book to include? What do I not teach? I want to go a lot more into perspective. I've been trying to learn art. I haven't been moving forward, to be honest, because I don't know what books to learn from or videos to properly watch. I'm trying to figure that out, but I'm lost with proportion. Tyrion got a Kesh in the basement. I called the number you just called, and the guy got really mad at me. I don't know what number that was. I feel bad. Yeah, this camera low-key too good. My bad, guys. So I think how you should practice when you're a beginner, it's difficult. Because when you're a beginner, you need the most specific practice because you have the most problems. But you should just have fun the most because you are the most fragile artist. As in, it's like a baby bird. Let's say you're a baby bird when you first start drawing, and when you're a master, you're like a bald eagle. When you're a baby bird, you need to learn to fly the most because you are like so you have to, if your life is going to go anywhere positive, you need to learn to fly, but it's also the most risky to try to fly at that age, right? A new artist is the most fragile. Someone who's been drawing for 5 years, who loves to draw but sucks at improving, you can help like this because you already draw all the time. Now let me just help you funnel that effort into something productive. But when you're new to drawing, I'm very hesitant to be like, well, let me show you how to draw. Let me give you the exercises. Because it's like, dude, do you see me doing exercises here? I didn't think about that at all. I just had fun drawing. And it genuinely takes a few years of enjoying art before you want to learn it correctly, right? When you first learned soccer, you played it and then you went, wow, I love playing it. I wish I was better. And then you wanted to get better. You don't just immediately go, well, I want to get better. In fact, Zyfid has a video on this. He just released it yesterday, called the Kim Jung Gi pissing contest, which is most people who start their drawing journey from Kim Jung Gi have this backwards approach where they immediately begin drawing with the idea that they want to get amazing in mind. And that is exactly how you don't draw for your whole life. You draw for your whole life by naturally enjoying sitting for 2 hours a day, playing on paper. And you get good when you start carving out of that playtime and putting structured learning into it. So it's sort of backwards, but you you need the right order. Yeah, I'll wait, Willie. Name of this book. I actually cannot believe how many people don't know it. It's my book, guys. This is the 25 exercises to unlock your imagination. Broken Draw. This is good. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to talk about it a lot more. Y'all might be annoyed by me because I made one post about my book a year ago, and I didn't realize, dude, this is genuinely, if it's free, so it's not making me money. I thought people had the book. I don't know. Nobody's got the book apparently. What the heck? How did you get to this live stream without first watching the video that has 1 million views? I don't understand. Aw, you used to have it in your video descriptions, but now there's only imagination waitlist. That's true because it's a different thing. Well, like I said, I'm actually not trying to get people to download the book because it costs me, bro. I lose like 20 cents every time someone gets the book. I actually pay you to get the book. It's kind of cooked. You said freehanding is a skill in and of itself, so can you teach the hand-eye coordination behind that? Freehanding, drawing directly, is a skill as well, because it's sort of like you can learn to freestyle, you can learn to play piano, but improv piano is different, right? You can learn rap, but freestyle rap is different. You can learn you can learn to read a script and act in a play, but improvising is different. So generative stuff, that's actually more creativity. So how do you balance a complex cognitive task in your head and select the best choices in the moment to lead you from head to hand? Well, there's some concepts that go behind that. For example, drawing in front. If you draw in the front, you can always put stuff in the back. If you draw from the back forward, you can't overlap. So this is why my class is now longer, because drawing for imagination, my 8-week class originally, didn't have time to cover all that because I spent weeks doing construction and perspective and blah, blah, blah. And so now, room tour, that's a pretty empty room right now. So you're seeing the room, you're seeing both walls. It's pretty empty. Sorry. Say, why did you pick Broken Draw as your name? Because I want people to look at my art and go, Broken Draw. I don't enjoy being bad at art. Got any tips? It'd be a lot better if you enjoyed being bad, because that's most of the journey. You don't gotta enjoy being bad, but you gotta like being bad. You gotta not hate being bad enough to keep doing it. Yes, absolutely mix and match the book. CS52, C52 will have a lot of the same concepts, but I promise you guys, the more... I understand artists who say focus on one thing, but I've found the more diverse array of ideas I get from artists on the same topic, the better I understand it. This is like perspective in itself. Who do you think will give you a better sense of the shape of this cup? Imagine, I want you to tell me about this cup. Do you think it's easier if one person looks at the cup and tells you what it is, or if I look at it from this angle, you look at it from your angle, someone else looks at it from their angle, and we all describe what the cup is? When you read multiple perspectives of the same topic, you get the average idea that they're trying to get across to you. Some will lean into other aspects of it, some will forget other aspects. But when you read across the board about anatomy from all the big artists, you learn what actually matters because they all share a few of the same fundamentals. So I prefer seeping up as much knowledge as you can because that's how you know your brain's just going to be an aggregate of all the things you learn. So read all about it. Do I like Deltarune? No. Well, Platinum, you said you don't mean improv, but that's what you're talking about. How do you keep the sleeve of a hoodie without having drawn the arm underneath it? Well, you're balancing a lot in your head. Just like in improv, you don't have a script. You have to balance the previous story of your castmates and where you are. It's all made up and balanced in your head. So when you're drawing from imagination, if you don't have the arm, you have to think in your head. So let's show an example. When you're drawing a sleeve in your head, you have to think, what is the overall perspective of my scene, right? If characters like this being their head, this being their arm, and let's say their arm is crossed like this. Let's say they're in a, like they're upset. You have to think overall perspective of the pose and then the arm. And with this construction in mind, you think the arm is simplified like this being the arm. And then with this in your head, you have to now imagine the fabric falling. Where might it overlap? Well, maybe at the arm. And then it catches right around here, so it might bunch up. It might have some overlap. And it might fall here. Like that. And so you're simulating. You're simulating what you understand based on the parameters you give yourself. And the better you get at simulating it, the more realistic your folds will look. Right? And so you have to think about that ahead of time. And the way you practice that is breaking it down in these 3 steps that we talked about. Thank you, ANMS3231. Y'all sleeping on Tyrion's 25 exercises. It's super helpful to just copy his drawings and forms. I always suggest my students draw from it. What? Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely. Some of my books, I study from literally Roger's drawings as well. Like, just copy the book. I think people overcomplicate, like, how do I learn from a book? Probably write it down. It's like, how do I learn to act? How about you copy the best actors first? How do you learn to draw? How about you copy the best drawings first? Now, the method of copying is important. Copy the right things. Don't copy their accent, for example. Like the thing that makes Matt Damon a good actor is not his Boston accent. If you're going to copy him, focus on the right things. And that's the issue most students have, because how do you expect a student to understand what's important if they are yet to be good at the thing? Because to get good, they have to know what's important, but by nature of them being new to it, they don't know what's important. So it's a little catch-22. That's why teachers are helpful. That's also why education is not what actually matters. We all know the best way to draw. We all see Kim Jung Gi drawing. We don't act like that. We don't learn like that because Kim Jung Gi had systems, structures, and mentors in place to make his habits easy to execute day after day. He has an art school in Korea called Villain, where I think that's what it's called, where students don't just get taught theory, they get put into classrooms where you're drawing for like 5 hours sessions. That's what matters. Getting the actual drawing in matters, not just, oh, well, I know how to do it. So Drawbox is good, free site learning drawing. You can try it out, or you already know about it. Apparently, a lot of people, you can keep talking about something so many times, but it's hard. There's new people every day. So yeah, Drawbox, also great. It's like, to solve your own problems first, you should know what your problems are. Yeah, and that's the hard thing, because if I knew what my problem was, I would not have it, right? So it's tough. What do you think of ball pens? I think it's good, but I also think ink pens are good. I think there's no like, again, that we want there to be a simple solution. The simple solution is it is simply hard. It is simply going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of frustration, and it's so simple that it's not even true to just drawing. It's true to everything. It's like anybody looking for any advice, it would be probably do the just do the hard thing. Just do the hardest thing, right? If you want to go to the gym and you want to see results, just work harder. That is as simple as it gets. Just push that thing harder, get more tired. Same thing with art. If you want to improve more, draw more. That is at its most reduced level. I can tell you that the artists with the most hours, whether they're effective hours or not, still get better than the artists with less hours. So, all that yap about drawing more, I believe. Do you work on drawings for like hours? Generally, no. It depends on the interest level. Like sometimes I do. Paintings generally, yeah, but I haven't painted in a while. Okay. This might sound weird, but do you always draw in a focused, mindful mood, or do you mix it with studying with podcasts? Do you even? Yeah, like the reality is, dude, if you want to get really good at drawing, like I'll be real about my time spent drawing. I stay up maybe 2 hours every night trying to go to sleep, but I go, I'm going to draw. And then I draw when I'm bored. I draw when I'm procrastinating. I draw when I'm on the bus. I draw if I find an interesting plastic bag on the street. Or I don't draw when I'm not wanting to draw. This is what I was saying, like if you want to make progress inevitable and simple, just choose to make drawing a part of your life. Like once you go, oh, this is what I do, it just happens. Like you will get better because it's what you do. You just draw. You draw, you draw, you draw. Once it becomes a habit, progress is literally inevitable. The hardest thing is finding a reason to show up every day and being patient. Dong Ho Kim said that is one of the biggest mistakes he sees. People aren't patient. Like the reality is it takes a year at least to be competent and even understand how the human body works. How many people give it a year? How many people focus on anatomy for 12 months? Very, very, very few, because a lot of people want to learn quickly. A lot of people want to see that 12-month, 2-month transformation. And it's possible, but the 2-month transformation is usually only possible because you've been practicing for 12 months. And there's one thing holding back all that latent knowledge in you that once you change, it skyrockets. My painting video is an example of that. It's not my first time painting. It's my first time learning how to paint, right? And all that experience of all the wrong ways to do it has shown up and added to the progress I made in those 2 months. So, wow, lots of questions. Scaffolding video, once again, absolutely. Hodari got a point. Like, yeah, I mean, whoa, come here, desk. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Where do you think you're going? Hey, man. No, sorry. Yeah, scaffold that sheet. I didn't know that I should follow a local horizon line aside from the main horizon line from boxes that are rotated on multiple. Yes, you got to think about it logically. Objects that are flat on the ground with you pretty much sorry, I always have to, I say I'm going to get back to drawing, but then I hear something that I want to like. So think about the logic. If you understand it, like what I mean by understand is you could actually explain why it works. It'll become so much easier to understand perspective. Perspective makes sense when you understand that it is just how your brain closes space. Let's start at the beginning. I'm going to draw this with a better pen. Guys, this is how scale works. If I asked you right now, why do things get smaller Like, why is this pen big, but now it's small? Did the pen change size? No, your perception, there's something happening with your perception. And this will explain horizon lines. So any lens, right? You can think of a camera lens, but I'm going to use an eyeball. Any lens has a single point where light enters. This single point actually reflects. So let me show you. We have object A, let's say box A here, and box B here. Box A and B are the exact same size, the exact same thing, just let's say 1 meter apart. This is your eyeball. I want you to notice the point here. I want you to draw a line from the edges of your box straight through the dot on the eyeball, and we'll do this accurately. Notice what we see. Do you see the height of this line right here? This height is important to keep in mind because look how it contrasts with that line. Do you see that? Let's take this proportion, this relationship, and let's draw it out. So that's the entire line. Let's say this is the height of A. Well, compared to the height of A, B looks a bit like that, right? That's what we could say that shape is. What does this mean? Well, let's draw a line straight out from the center of our eyeball. What does a line straight out from the center of your eyeball mean? If it's straight out from the center of your eyeball, look at this. Here, straight out. What can I say about anything that is underneath this line, like this? What's the difference between what's beneath this line and what's above that line? And y'all can kind of tell, like, the difference is one is above your eye line and the other's below your eye line. So I want you to imagine what might happen if something is below your eye line and above your eye line when you're looking outside. Well, anything below the line, you would see, for example, the top of, like this, right? Because it's below your eye. Of course you see the top of it if it's flat on the ground. Anything above it, you'd see the bottom of. So it's called the eye line because that's where your eye is. But remember that there's a big gap between the sky and the floor. Let's say whatever distance that is. Let's say all up here. Let's say we have the ground here, right? And we're like here. We're this big. And then there's the sky up there. I don't have blue, but you can imagine. Let's say it's a gray sky. It's a cloudy day. The sky's up here. This is a height. There's a specific height between the ground and the sky. But imagine what might happen when you look away. Everything becomes smaller and smaller. So eventually this height between the ground and the sky diminishes and diminishes, just like, look at this pen. It's a big pen that touches the whole frame. And yet as I moved away, the pen becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually it will look like nothing. So you take two lines, bring them in, closer, closer, closer. And what happens when it becomes so small that you can't see the gap between the top and the bottom anymore? That is your horizon line. Right? That's the horizon line is just what happens when you're looking so far out that the difference between the sky and the ground diminishes so much. And that's why the horizon line is not a place you can go to. It is just what happens when you scale something close to you far enough that it becomes tiny and disappears. That's the horizon line. It is where the ground and the sky meet, and it's also where up above your eye separates what's below your eye. So that's why they call it horizon line / eye level. I prefer the word camera level because I don't want you to associate it with eyeballs. You're a camera right now, functionally. Like what I'm looking at is a camera, and the same rules apply. In fact, it's easier because of the lens. So let's bring this back to this eyeball here. What's the relevance? Well, remember the proportions. This is exactly how the frame would look. So I'm going to draw a scene right now. I want you to think in terms of everything inside this gray box is what you're seeing. Say something like this. This is what the eye sees. It's a gray eye, let's say. The eye sees this relationship between A and B based on the lines we drew, because the eye reflects everything in its eyes. So I can say that box A will look this big, or this big, sorry. Let's do a different pen again. So many pens. Box A will look this big, right? And box B, we use the brown lines. So box B will look that big, right? And this gives us diminishing. And look at that. If we drew a line between these two and a line between these two, what happens is we draw them out and look where they meet. Whoa, they meet on the horizon line because objects that are flat and parallel, for example, the person with the eye is looking at the box straight and the box is straight, and all of us are perpendicular, meaning 90 degrees parallel to the ground. So long as everything you draw is 90 degrees parallel to the ground, meaning it's straight up from the ground, not tilted, not leaned forward, just straight up, it will fall to the horizon line because that is how it works, right? Now, if you were to tilt the box forward, you'd measure its planes by lifting the horizon line relative to how much it's tilted. The interesting thing is, these lines will go up, and as you tilt the box more and more forward, the horizon line, the vanishing points that went to the horizon line will now go straight up to the horizon line above you. This gets complicated. This is something that takes a lot of time to cover. I talk about this for like a whole 3 hours in the workshop because the reality is every perspective point is connected. You live in a spherical world and your brain translates it into this flat image. Well, it doesn't, but when you draw, you do that. So what we do is we simplify the spheres of the world into one plane, two planes. And the truth is we live in 5-point perspective at all times. That's why Kim Jung Gi's drawings curve, because we live in a cone of vision. Everything's curved. And so when you actually draw what you see, you end up getting stuff like this very peculiar warping, because that's just how, like if there's a cabinet next to me, it would warp like this. And you guys like Kim Jung Gi, you know that there's curvature, but it all begins by understanding horizon lines first, because that's where everything roots back to. So yap. My classmate from school is here and he's awesome. And I'm so glad he's watching. Hi, Jen, at internship listening to this. Awesome. Funnily enough, I'm probably not going to keep doing the face drawings right now because 2 hours is about the time I had allocated. But I'm glad we got to do a more interactive stream. I will make up for that. And probably if I draw tonight, I'll come back and lock in for a couple more sessions because legit, I mean, I gotta do that more. I can't skip the drawing part. But I want to take a look at what everyone is saying before we close off, because someone wrote CSGO in the chat and I want to play that. So we're gonna take a look. Let's see. Do you believe in talent, that someone can pick up a pencil and put on the right path and can progress way faster than anyone else? I wonder if it always comes down to hard work. I believe what people mean by talent is he had the right affinity to do the hard work. You can't say, yes, there are geniuses, sure. Like, yes, Mozart was a genius, but Mozart also was a 6-year-old who practiced for 5 hours a day and then did world tours since he was 6. That takes hard work. Would Mozart have been a genius without having there's like a phrase I was thinking about, which is like, I think anybody would prove they're a genius if they made 1,000 songs. Sort of like most people might be geniuses if they had the hard work to discover their genius. Because the truth is, you might not know if you're talented or not, but have you drawn 2,000 skeletons? Have you copied an entire anatomy textbook front to back? If you haven't, then how do you even know you have the how do you know your potential? How do you know you're not a genius? Most times you're just practicing wrong, that you don't even like get to delineate between talent and hard work because you haven't done the hard work. I think people don't do the hard work because they're like, well, if I'm not talented, the talented people are going to beat me. But it's like, no, there's also talented people who never tap in and never lock in and waste their potential. Y'all watch Good Will Hunting? That's what that's about. Yo, here I took some quick notes. I wish I took more notes when I was actually studying the book. Yeah, so I personally felt the book didn't teach or focus on observation and being able to replicate drawings initially. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Because that's really the thing with observation is if I take a photo of it, it is not observation. It is copying angles of a pre-processed drawing. There's a reason people in art school don't do figure drawing from an image. You have to do it in person. I do not yet know a way to translate in-person live sketching into a book. By default, I have to take a photo of it, compress the curvilinear nature of what I'm seeing, and change the lens of what we're drawing from a camera with 2 lenses into a camera with 1 lens. It just doesn't make sense. So that part of the book, the confusion you feel in the perspective part, I think it's built into the sort of fabric of what we're trying to learn. You know, there's like this idea in like whatever the is that like quantum theory or something, where like if you try to look at the atom, it disappears because by trying to look at it, you disrupt it. Same thing with observational drawing. By trying to put it in a book, you ruin the thing that is observational drawing. I cannot show you what I'm looking at because it's there. It's not in my book. Let's see. Or like 10, it was impossible for me to draw harder and hardest levels because I could not rotate or flip the boxes and make it look like it belonged to the other boxes. Yeah, number 10. Yeah, well, the box stacking should, like, if this is too hard, you do this. You do this. If you do these, the previous exercise, it should scale up to this. And if these two are too hard, Welly, it's just that you're not practicing this enough, right? Practice this and tilt the top box to look more like that. Start combining at the most primitive level. So find out where it's hard. If this is hard, do not go any further. Or go further, but recognize that this is why you're being held back. If that's okay, then do this plus this. If that's okay, do this and then this. If that's workable, then do that plus that, right? Just build up really, again, scaffolding. Hodari's onto it. Like, just build. You're probably skipping steps. And again, this is why feedback's useful, because if I had you in a class, I could look at it and tell you what you're missing or what you should focus more on, why you're not improving. This is as I tried to build it so that you could, right, you do the homework rotations and then you should be ready to at least start the easier level. And then and then build it up slowly by combining the little things we learned. So let's see. Yeah, Hodari did say the scaffolding. Yeah. I didn't know that I should follow a local horizon line. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yo, don't say any important or do anything crazy. I gotta go to another video. I'm making Brazilian lemonade. No, it's not intuitive. I promise you it's not intuitive at all. It is one of the least intuitive things. It's so hard to do, and the struggle you're feeling is likely just what learning is. Like, I took class. No class you take will avoid the struggle. It's going to be hard. Really, my class or the book is someone who will guide you through the pain. I'm like a housewife. You're giving birth to your art creation, and I can't stop the pain. I can be like, it's okay. Breathe. It's okay. I don't know if that was a good image for me to pitch my class, but I'm like that, I eventually just oh no, a midwife, not a housemaid. What am I talking about? No offense to the housemaids out there. I was thinking handmaiden, like one of those. I don't know if midwives still exist, but it sounds like an old term. My bad. Um, Number 14, where you show increasingly complex organic forms, where you don't give tips on how to take an organic silhouette and draw contour lines to draw it with more complexity. I think a lot of these are sort of experimenting because like you can play with it as much as you want to. Like different variations. Hold on. You never gave tips on how to take an organic silhouette blob and draw contour lines to make it more complex. I low-key feel like that's what this is. I low-key feel like this is tips on making it more complex. I don't know. I feel like I think that's what I'm doing. But again, I think some of these things are too also. It's just like the language that works for me isn't like I've chosen 2 paragraphs and 0 follow-up. There's no way for you to say, what do you mean by stiff spacing? And I go, good question. Let me show you. Because it's a book, right? So again, these are I think limitations of just the medium of like I picked the thing that aligns with my I wrote things that I thought helped me, but they might not be the thing that everybody like gets help from. Do you have tips on being able to lock in? Put your phone away and do Pomodoro. The reason you check your phone all the time is because your brain doesn't know when it's going to get to, so it just wants to do it right now. But I found that if I go 45 minutes and then you get to check it for 5 minutes, my brain will agree with me. It'll be like, okay, I will wait for 45 minutes if you promise I get to look at the phone then. And then if you make a deal with yourself, your subconscious stops fighting your conscious. And so when you put on a timer and say, listen, buddy, I know you want to check Instagram. You can do so. After we study for 45 minutes, it'll be a lot easier to reduce your distraction. By the way, is there a Broken Draw Discord? No, not officially. There is one, but it's not open, and I don't know how to. I'm just really bad at technology, so I don't know how to stop the things I've created, but thank you for making it free. Psh, of course, Tasteful Weast. What's up? Welcome. Heck yeah, I'm definitely mixing and matching now. I can't believe people don't know about this book. I cannot believe people don't know about this book. Like, genuinely, it baffles me. But it makes sense. It doesn't. It has like 40,000 downloads, and my audience is 200,000. It's bizarre. I just gotta say, I can do these exercises now. I practiced a lot, and dynamic sketching class helps so much. Yep, that's a fact. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. That's a fact too. I still have 2 minutes of my Pomodoro before I take a break. Let's go. Hey, I keep forgetting Pomodoro. Do you like donuts? You keep asking about donuts. I do. I mean, truthfully, I'm not a huge fan of donuts. I don't know why I said yes. Man, you need a Discord like all the other big okay. I did have a Discord. And this is part of the reason I don't make stuff free is because I'm not here to manage stuff. I'm here to help people. And I'm sorry sometimes to charge for stuff because I know there are people in countries where the dollar does not go very far. So when I charge like $20 for a community, it's like, dude, I lived in Hong Kong. I know that this scale of US pricing is crazy. That said, a free community, you need some qualifier to join a community where I'm active or talking because I do not want to spend time telling you what you're allowed to say or how you're allowed to act or who you're allowed to give critique to or whether or not you're offending people. And you don't understand. I was getting like 5 messages a week from people telling me that I need to ban this guy and this person's talking about this and this person's making me feel uncomfortable. And I hate that because I am not a collaborative person. I do not want to deal with your guys's conversations. I want to draw more. I make a community because I want to show up, share art, motivate people, and learn from you guys. When I see you guys draw, it motivates me because I go, what am I doing on my phone? Let me draw. But when it was a free community, it was just people trying to it wasn't, let me be clear. It was a loud minority. It was like 5 people that made it not fun for me, but that's the result of having a free community because you don't have admins or moderators. And yes, you could get moderators, but realistically, you want to pay your moderators because I'm not going to end up as one of those people who get in a Ross Draw situation where it's like I took free help from someone on Discord and then there's this weird symbiotic relationship where they did stuff for free for you for months because they like you. I don't want to give anyone stuff. I do not want to take free services from people. I want to pay you for doing a hard thing like moderating a chat. But I'm not going to spend money making a free community just to pay for moderators. I would rather create a small community that I like to be a part of where people don't scoff at a price tag because if you value the help I'm bringing and you value my time and you trust that I'm not trying to just take your lunch money and I want to make something that is sustainable, beneficial, and grows organically because it's genuinely helpful, which I want to, those things are priced because I already have done free stuff. If you want my help for free, bro, I've made it. I've made the book and take it. But I'm not doing more free stuff where I have to stop drawing just to moderate people's conversations. I don't want to do it. So I'm about to crash out because this has been I'm going to crash out. This has been I can heat myself up, dude. Holy. Yeah, I did not. I started a Discord and I was like, that this is how I felt every time I was checking my Discord. I love the Discord. I love 99% of you guys. But you also know that, bro, y'all are on the internet. You know people there's always someone. And I'm looking at my Discord like this, man. I'm like, every time I check my Discord and I have to moderate some stuff. I'm like, what did I start? What did I begin? Because it's not just, firstly, it's attached to my name. The Broken Draw Discord has political conversations and this guy is making people uncomfortable and sharing weird stuff. Yeah, I think he's weird too, but am I supposed to tell you what beliefs you're supposed to have? Am I supposed to censor people? Am I supposed to pick a side of this argument? I don't want to, bro. Don't take my word for stuff. I'm an artist. Why are you here posting anything but your drawings? So none of that. None of that. Now I have a drawing community. I have a drawing community, but it's not open yet. Some people are in it from private invite. And I'm trying to be slow. I'm trying to take one step at a time. I'm trying to build good things first. And then I'll figure out how to help more for free. So it is just a whole lot of stuff that I'm like, bruh, I already have enough to do. I want to draw. Need a Discord for real, but it's okay. Yeah. How many places has this guy lived in? I've lived in like I grew up in I was born in Korea. I moved to China. I moved to the United Arab Emirates. I moved to Anguilla, a place in the Caribbean, and then I moved to Mongolia before that, and then a place in the Caribbean, and then Malaysia, and then Hong Kong, and then Canada. So I grew up mostly in Asia, just around those parts. Yeah, nah, man, you have to charge. You seen how crazy our prices are in Canada? I know, bro. It's insane. I found out that the place I live just got 35% more expensive than the last person who rented it. So my rent just increased by my rent from last time. So it's like I'm paying for rent. I'm basically paying for like two apartments for the price of one because of the move, and it's like crazy work, bro. There's a lot. I'm just venting. I'm gonna stop this stream soon because I'm just complaining about my life. My life's good. I feel happy. I'm great. I'm venting on a Friday afternoon. I'm happy. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to, literally everything I possibly can give away for free. I'm trying to. My Patreon, don't sign up. Stop buying my Patreon because it's gonna become free once I figure out how to navigate the UI. I'm just really confused by it. And all the resources, there's like hours of tutorials, hours of worksheets, extra pages from the book, hundreds of my sketchbook scans. I used to charge 10 bucks a month for it, but I'm like, 10 bucks a month, bro. I'm actually just like taking your lunch money to do it. Take it. Like, um, so I'm Asian. I'm half Canadian. Yeah, man. The two bedroom basement was 400. I got a one bedroom shared with three other bedrooms in the basement where the upstairs, so the person had five different tenants in one house, and I paid $900 a month. 900 for one room. Insane. Grandpa broken draw learning technology. Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Classic Canada. I draw longer when I'm on a call on Discord. Yeah, I draw longer when I'm in a call on a Discord community. Yeah, like I understand that. You got scammed for no reason. No, Hodari, that's just like I got that place because it was the standard price. That is just the price of stuff, man. That is just the price of stuff. Shit's expensive. Shit's expensive. And now I got mouths to feed. I got my dad just retired. My brother works with me. So we're trying to we got mouths to feed, man. We're trying to step up. So I'm trying to like the stuff I'm selling is the class I'm selling is not cheap, but I promise you it's worth it. I promise you it's going to be the best class you've ever taken. So yes, so the new school I'm building has a chat, so it's basically like a Discord. Absolutely. I will be on there every week doing calls with students, doing like a drawing workshop every week where you guys can actually go on the call, actually talk. I post every day there. Viggy's on it. Yeah, it's super cool. The school currently is awesome. I love it. However, it's going to be like 25 bucks a month when it comes out, and it can only grow so much because eventually if it gets to like 500 members, we're going to have to either raise the price or change. I'm trying to figure this out. There's a lot. I want to do the class first. I want to make sure the class is good. I want to make sure every student of mine is taken care of, feels like they have learned everything they can, and then we'll work about other stuff. Yeah, it is low-key first world issues. Like any of the stuff I'm talking about, bro, I'm glad I get to be in a basement. I'm glad I get to, like, none of this, don't, please. I'm just being a complainer right now. Like, these are actual first world problems. Um, Yeah. Yes, Vicky makes a point. It's also true. It's like the monetary commitment. Bro, I'm telling you, as someone who's invested tens of thousands of dollars in art, I probably spend like $100 a month on sketchbooks, just the sketchbook. The I'm not saying spend all your money recklessly. I'm saying it's true. The more invested you are in something, the more it matters to you by default. That's why we use the term I'm invested in it, right? So if you spend money on a community, you will treat it like a valuable community. A free Discord feels like a free Discord. If you want to feel like you're getting real progress, real knowledge, real dedicated students, then you think you're going to find that in the Wild West where everything's free and nothing's good? Like, nah. Like, the people in the chat, like, a few of you guys are in the community. You guys are legends. Like, you guys inspire me with your work ethic and your drawing skills and your thoughtfulness and your support and your criticisms to other students. The people in the community right now, I genuinely love. Like, they're awesome people. And I don't want to ruin that. I ruined it in my Discord because I decided to let people just join willy nilly. And so I'm just trying to temper. I want everything I make first and foremost for myself to be high quality. And if that means you have to pay for it, that's what you have to do. Because I would rather make something good that you pay for than something free that people go, man, that sucks. So yes, yeah, Viggy, I feel you. I'm trying. I want to keep it small, but the reality is, I'm already. I think it needs to be something that I allow to grow because, like, the time it takes currently with the amount of people in it, it can be. What we'll have to do is get more moderators. So the community will grow, but I'll get moderators in there that I can actually pay for, that will actually build structure, reduce spam, and we will have it grow. Because the issue is the less people there are, the more each person has to pay. Because it's like, I'm trying to make it great. If a lot of people contribute, it can be great really easily. And we can deal with the issue of lots of people quite easily. We can do more organized structure, more onboarding, a bit more chat groups. We can do a few things to make it easier, to still make it feel like many small groups in a big group. But if it's really a community of only like 40 people, it's like that's how much my classes are. And I can help 40 people at a much deeper level rather than just saying good job every day. So it goes back and forth. I'm trying to, yeah, I'm trying to balance things. I'm trying to figure out how to be the most helpful while not burning out. None of this stuff, I never want to overcommit and then burn out. I never want to become a full time teacher and stop drawing. Blah, blah, blah. I feel a little silly talking about this stuff. It's like, yeah, it's whatever. I'm in a blessed position, so I'm just talking to you guys, being fully transparent about stuff. At the end of the day, I want nothing more than you guys to do whatever is best for you. You know, yeah, I want you guys to, like. I'm telling you guys this so you guys can give me feedback. You tell me what works, what doesn't. We keep moving and we iterate and try to build the best community. I'm low-key trying to make the best community on the internet. So, um, yeah, yeah. There are people making response videos to your videos. I know, it's so funny. I see myself. I've seen my response videos. I love it. It's cool. It's super cool. It's crazy that I am like a known name in a space. It's insane. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But Frederick said, "Where can I find info about joining it?" No, nowhere right now because it's not really somewhere that I want people to be joining right now. So technically, no, you can't even find it online right now. It's closed. The doors are closed, so it doesn't exist online unless you're already in. Um, because it's going to change a lot. It's going to change a lot. Currently, I'm responding to every single person every single day. And I already know that's not going to be sustainable because it takes about an hour every day now. And I would rather, if I'm spending an hour, I'd rather teach a lot of people every week and actually help you improve and give you specific feedback. I want to do like classes if I'm going to spend that time rather than responding and be like, great job, great job. I know I could say great job, but it's like, I think it's more important for me to help you than to say good job. So you let me know, Viggy, you're in the community, other people are in the community. Let me know if that's like sounds like a better change, but it feels like I know that if I had a professor available to me, I'd be like, yo, stop the yap, dog. Teach me. Stop saying good job, good job. Like, yeah, to some degree, help and congratulate me. But anyway, I'm loving the community. It's so nice to see everybody drawing every day and putting the time to share thoughts. Planning on making educational content next week to help people there. Roger, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah, and absolutely, like as it scales, I'm really hoping to get extra, like more people who are able to, like there's a lot of fantastic artists there. And when I first started, um, when I first started making YouTube videos, a big part of that was being able to have opportunities to teach at a like at a local level. So there's room for this thing to grow into a community that we get guest teachers and guest artists, and for sure I'm going to get like professionals. I'm going to look out and invite professionals to do paid talks on there. So the money that we invest is of course going to go back to the community, going to go back to getting you guys hopefully on calls with, I don't know. I don't want to say names because I don't want to put pressure on them, but like I'm gonna get a Thorough on there. That's for damn sure. That's a friend favor. um, but yeah, who knows? Like get Rembert Montal to talk through a drawing from imagination live. That would be amazing. Um, yeah, I mean, together it's almost like we're doing a community fund where you guys trust me to invest that money to finding lessons that collectively we pay for artists to give us custom classes. I think that would be really cool, right? Would this be competing with ArtWad? No, no. I mean, no, because ArtWad isn't a community, but also I don't believe in competing. We're not, it's not this or that. You know who we're competing with? We are competing with institutions. Guys, if you go to art school, you are paying like $20,000 per year. You can literally pick 10 of your favorite creators online, buy all of their most expensive products for a whole year and not spend that money. And if you're someone who likes working from home, you can replicate 95% of the college experience at home for a cheaper price. Why? Because universities are not charging you for the teacher. They are charging you for keeping their lights on, for paying for their administrators, for paying for their advertising. Those are just businesses. So there's no competing among the YouTubers, man. I made a video about every single YouTuber that you can learn from. We're not competing with each other. We are competing with big art companies like CGMA and Domestika, who are notorious. Do you know Domestika courses and CGMA courses? Now, hold on. Allegedly, I'm going to protect myself from some lawsuits here. Allegedly, from what I understand, some, not Domestika, not CGMA, as far as I know, some art platforms take the majority of their courses from the teacher. So if you've taken a course from, let's say, Tom Fox, I heard, I don't know this to be true, I heard they only get like 30% of the class. You know how insane that is? The artist who is doing it only gets 1/3 of the value they're actually selling. So when you mention competition, I'm like, bro, there's no competition. It's like the more small art studios there are, the less Hollywood's making. And you know what Hollywood does with the money? bro. You've seen the files. Like, don't put the money there. Like, give it to the local small art communities. These are all just small businesses. Artwad is a fantastic product made by someone who works super hard, who is super knowledgeable and super good at communicating it. Like, if you prefer Artwad and you want to do that, do that. If you only have like $30 a month for education and you're thinking, do I go with Tyrion's community? Or that's the only scenario in which it's competing, by the way. The only people we're competing against are the group of artists who want to spend $30 and nothing more per month, and they can either get my community or they can get Artwad. And now those are different things. My community is me every week and a chat group and share your art and draw more often. Artwad is a curriculum and basically an app that you work through with custom worksheets. These are just fundamentally different. They complement each other. You can do Artwad every day and then post it in my community and then join a call with me and ask for feedback based on your Artwad homework. These are completely like separate things that you can integrate, and then you can have a much stronger learning experience. But yeah, it's yeah, ultimately the reality is we live in a time where you pick I say it's the metaphor like everyone has their own David Goggins. Listen, we all teach the same thing. We literally all teach the same thing. Draw your basic forms, observe better, complete your projects, draw more consistently. It's the same thing. Now, who motivates you to show up at your best, try your hardest, and enjoy the thing the most? If you hear me talk and you're like, brother, stop talking, then I'm not the guy for you. My class is not for you. But if you watch my videos and you read my book and you go, holy crap, nothing speaks to me like this, then I'm looking for you. Like that's what the whole thing's about. Artwad, I'm sure, would agree. I'm sure every creator in the space has that feeling. Or they don't. Who knows? I'm a 20-year-old who's low-key just yapping. So guys, before I yap myself out, I'm gonna go. My friend's been waiting. And I'm so glad. I'm really happy about today's stream. I didn't draw, to be real with you guys, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun sharing what's going on. Feels like sometimes, I gotta be myself. And the YouTube videos, I try to bring value. I try not to let my own just random thoughts seep in. But I'm glad there's a space for me to be authentic. The fear is always, what if I'm being authentic and people think I'm just an actual, just terrible human? But I'm taking that risk. I hope y'all don't think that, and I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. You guys are so, I've had a good day. You guys are super kind. My reaction is always, I'm going to say, I'm selling a class, and they go like, you douchebag. And I'm so glad you guys don't think I'm a just scheming asshole. So thank you. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to have a wonderful nap in the afternoon, and I might stream again tonight. I probably will if I'm feeling up to it, probably, because I had a good time drawing. I just yapped. And then I'll draw tomorrow as well. So I'll be streaming every single day. I don't know when tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. I'm probably not going to do nighttime streams anymore because I get gassed out. So thank you, everybody. All the best. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you. Shoot, when I see you, I guess. Hold on, I got logged out of YouTube and now I'm confused. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time. A very wonderful time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I don't know how to log out of this. This is like when you say goodbye to someone and you guys both start walking in the same direction. Like, this is awkward. I said my goodbyes. Now, bro, let me out. Let me out of here. This is so awkward now. I am using OBS, but I want to stop the stream on YouTube first because sometimes it doesn't stop. Here we go. Gotcha. Okay, I'm just going to stop the stream and see if it works. Cheerio, everybody. Thank you. Love y'all.